How does online advertising help a business, right? Is that what you really should be doing right now? Or what about offline? Or what about the multiple types of online advertising? What is right for you? So in this episode, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of a lot of different types of advertising, really focusing on online advertising. So by the end of this episode, you'll know how it can really help your business. You'll be able to see the tangible outcome that you can get if you follow the steps I'm going to share. We're going to start out talking about the differences and the pros and cons between online and offline advertising. Then we're going to talk about the best type of online advertising if you want to build relationships, right? There's a real difference between cold leads and warm leads or referral quality leads. And I'm going to teach you how to get referral quality leads. And then I'm going to share with you my 6-ingredient formula of how you can leverage YouTube to generate referral quality leads for your business. So let's dive right in. Okay, so I've got a few categories I want to talk about as far as the pros and cons. So let's look at cost, like which one is more affordable, which one's expensive, which one's cheap. Now, offline advertising is typically more expensive, right? For every lead that you're going to get, if you're going to send out a mailer, you've got to print whatever it is you're sending, and then you've got to pay for the postage or pay for the shipping, right? So that can be expensive. And if you really want to get people's attention and make it more elaborate, the costs just go up. Now, online advertising, it can be expensive as well, but because it's digital, you don't have to worry about the shipping, right? Or the postage. And you don't have to worry about the printing of it, right? You create a digital image or a video or something like that, something that's digital, and it can be replicated millions of times, and that doesn't cost anything. So what you're then paying for is the audience. Are you doing banner ads on Facebook, or are you making free YouTube videos that you post on YouTube, but you know how to get views? The next category I want to look at is just ease of use, like which one is easier to do. And I've done both. I've done offline advertising. I've done a lot more online advertising. I love efficiency. I love results compared to effort. And when I'm doing a lot of offline stuff, it's usually a one-to-one. I mean, imagine I'm knocking on doors, right? I'm knocking on one door and I'm trying to see if I can have one customer. Versus if I do a post on social media, I can do one post, but potentially have that turn into many conversations. Then if I start using advertising tools, or I find a way of getting a lot of traffic to a social media post or to a YouTube video or something like that, I can create one item, one digital asset, whether it's a graphic, whether it's a video, and I can get hundreds of views or thousands of views or even tens of thousands of views. And beyond that, what you really want to look at is leads. So a video could have 1 million views on it, but if it didn't generate any leads, it's not really helping your business. But what if you had a video that had 100 views and that one generated 10 leads? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Another category that's kind of similar, but let's just use the word autopilot. When you're doing things offline, it's harder to automate. But when you're doing things online, digitally, there's a lot of tools that can help you to automate. And the fourth category that I want to talk about is segmentation, right? So let's talk about it offline. You can segment. You can say, well, I want to send mailers to this neighborhood, but not to this neighborhood. Or I want to approach this type of business, but not that type of business. Or on a larger geography, I want to focus on these states, but not these states. So you can segment your list there, and you can try and get mailing addresses for one gender or one age demographic, but that can be difficult to do offline. But when you're doing it online, that actually becomes pretty easy to do. You can segment and even micro segment to very fine detail, not just targeting a certain age range or gender or location, but you can target them by interests. You can look at income levels, and you can do what's called retargeting, where once somebody has seen something of yours, then it's really, really cheap to continue to put your brand and your promos in front of them. So hopefully that segment was helpful in just looking at some of the pros and cons of both and why I love online advertising. I also want to talk about online advertising for the sake of relationship building. Like, you've probably heard of multiple touch points, right? So if somebody's going to hear you or see you offline, they're going to see a billboard, they're going to get a mailer from you, maybe they're going to hear you on radio. Like, that's really expensive to get multiple touch points in there. But online advertising, you can have a lot more touch points. But also, let's talk about video for a minute, okay? if you're in front of someone and they're spending 10 minutes with you and you're making eye contact like you and I are right now I got to blink, but if you're making eye contact with them through the camera and you're helping them and you're not selling to them, that's actually building a relationship. So imagine you spend 10 minutes like that, not selling anything, but helping somebody out, making eye contact with them. And what if they watch another episode that's 10 minutes long? Right? You're just building a relationship. And then when they have interest, they go to your website and they watch a promo video there. They already know who you are, but they're interested in, you know what, I think this guy might be able to help me out. Or, you know what, I want to see what this lady has to offer. Does she have any programs? Does she have any courses? So the type of online advertising that I recommend is video marketing in 2 stages. Stage 1 is a helpful video, and stage 2 is your promo video. Stage 1 is on YouTube. Stage 2 is on your website. So you don't need to make promo videos and push them out on social media or push them out on YouTube. You make a promo video and put it on a landing page on your website. And only those that are already warm and are already interested will go there, and they won't feel like things are being pushed on them because they came here searching for that. So let's talk about stage 1. Stage 1 videos pull in people who've never heard of you before. They've never heard of you. They don't know you by name, but they just have a question. They have a challenge that they're facing. So they go to Google and YouTube and they type in a real specific question. I like long, specific questions because then you can really hone in on who that person is. Meaning you can really hone in and find the questions that your target audience is asking. So they go to Google and YouTube and they type in this specific question, and then they find a video of you. And the title of your video is the question that they're asking. And so like, oh, that's exactly what I was searching for. So you make a video just answering their question. You talk to them for 10 minutes and you help them out. So before watching this video, they had this challenge, they had this question. Now that they've watched this video, they have the answer. They feel really good and they appreciate it and they know you a little bit. They've spent 10 minutes with you. All right, so now let's get into the tactical side of things. If you follow these 6 steps, you'll get the results that we've been talking about. Your YouTube channel will turn into a lead generator for your business. It's very affordable, it's very efficient. It can really help transform your business in increasing the revenues, because not only are you increasing the leads that are coming in, but these leads are referral quality. Okay, ingredient number 1 is leaf titles. Now, that's my own name, okay? I have this tree analogy. So if you picture a tree, it's got a broad trunk that goes out into the branches, and those branches go out into limbs, and those small limbs end up in leaves, okay? So the trunk represents your core area of expertise, and if you divide your core area of expertise up, you've got all these different categories. So that's like all the different branches of a tree, but eventually you get to the leaves, and the leaves represent the questions, the very specific questions that people are asking. You don't want to make videos on trunk topics. You don't want to make videos on the branch topics either. It's still too broad. You've got to go all the way out to the very, very specific leaves on this tree or the specific questions that people are asking. And you can't make these questions up. You've got to use tools and do some simple keyword research to find out what questions your target audience is asking. Okay, ingredient number 2 is you want your episodes to be about 10 to 12 minutes in length on average. If some episodes are 15 minutes, that's great. If some episodes are 7 minutes, that's great. Just have an average of 10 to 12 minutes. Ingredient number 3, you want to have a good average view duration, or another way of saying it is retention rate, okay? So if you've got a 10-minute episode, some people are going to click on it, and within 30 seconds, they're going to leave. You can't do anything to avoid that. Some people are just going to do that. And some people are going to watch all the way to the end, right? So if your average is 50% or higher, then that's a good signal. YouTube will say, people like this video, and YouTube will be more likely to promote this video or suggest this video to other viewers. Ingredient number 4 is custom thumbnails. If you don't know what a thumbnail is, it's the still image that you want to click on when you're ready to watch a video, okay? Thumbnails have become very, very competitive on YouTube, and you've got to create a custom thumbnail that will catch somebody's attention, that will create curiosity. It won't give away the answer and prevent them from watching your video. You don't know how often I see that it's like, well, that's an interesting topic. I see the title of the video, right? Ooh, that's interesting. But the thumbnail then kind of gives away, and I'm like, oh, thanks. Then I don't need to watch the video. So instead, you want to pique their curiosity and maybe create a question in their mind and then they will click on the video so they can learn, so they can get that answer and find out what the solution is. Ingredient number 5 is, it's a big one, okay? It's to launch 5 episodes per week. That is huge. And there's a way that you can start out doing this with just 1 episode per week. But if you really want to get to the high levels of generating like 7 figures per year just in lead revenue from your business, then you need to do 5 episodes per week. Ingredient number 6 is to give away a free gift. It could be a recorded webinar. It could be a PDF download. It could be a free plus shipping book. Okay? So at the end of your videos, just offer them a free gift. Now, I do have something for you, but it is not free. In this case, it's $17. I've created a whole course that goes into depth on these 6 steps. It's called the YouTube Lead Gen Blueprint, and it's $17. Now, if you go to youtubeleadgen.net, you'll see the page where you could sign up for this course, and again, it's only $17. Now, if you complete this course, you will have clarity on how to leverage YouTube to generate leads, referral quality leads. The 6-step system is actually pretty simple, but you've got to take the 6 steps seriously. You've got to trust me on this, and you've just got to implement it. You've got to try it and stay consistent with it. So go to youtubeleadgen.net. It's a $17 course. I'll see you there.